All right, we got a Whirlpool Maytag made dryer, and what we're gonna do, this dryer was making a squealing noise, and I ran it. I can't hear any noise, so we're gonna try and simulate the noise. Now, I can see the belt does not look good, but whenever you see a belt looking like that, it's pretty much on its way out. Okay, look at that. Okay, it's pretty old, so we need to change that belt. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run the dryer, and I'm going to hold it back, add some resistance. Now before you do that, go ahead and put your hand all the way around. Make sure nothing is in the drum. Nothing is in this pathway while the drum is turning. If you do and there's something sharp, so be careful. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put our hand here. As the drum is rotating, I'm going to basically take my time, add a little bit of pressure until I stop this drum, and I want to see if the belt is slipping. You really shouldn't be able to hold it back too much. It should move it out of your hand when all is well. If you're not comfortable with your hand, you could probably use a rag or something and just add some resistance. Be careful of the baffles. All right, so let's crank it up and let's try and hold this thing back. All right, so pretty easily stopped. With a big load, the motor's still turning. What's happening is the belt is not able to grab the drum and rotate it. So it's not a bad motor. The motor is still turning. In fact, if you had a large enough load, I don't want to put too much pressure on the motor, but you could literally cut the belt by holding it and the motor will continue to run. You'll have some odor, smell, and eventually probably just break the belt in half. So we're going to change the belt on this. Pretty straightforward. 5/16 screws up top. Lift the front off and undo your door switch. And that's pretty much it. All right, the older models, you will need something, either a small screwdriver or something. Pry in here, don't poke yourself, to separate this. Now you have 5/16 screws on both sides. Now before you lift this off, I'm going to show you a trick that you can do. So when you remove the belt or this drum will stay intact and fully suspended, and you're able to get this piece back on without having to fight with it. Now I can do it without, but for you it might be easier to do it this way. All right, so we're all set up. We have our brace holding up the drum. So now I'll show you more. So if I pull this off now, everybody should still be intact. As you can see, the drum is still fully supported. Now you're going to lift one side, or you can lift both once you have it cleared from the side. Basically lift up. And take it. The drum is still suspended. Nice and easy. Here we put a screw. You can use any kind of twine or rope, doesn't matter. Wire will work as well. And you attach it back here, 5/16 screw, and it supports the drum. So now we're going to remove this belt. You can see that belt is pretty worn out. Now to release this, you're going to push back that way. Yeah, this belt is pretty good. It's even shiny. And make it a habit to open your baffles and check behind them. Sometimes you get coins and they make a lot of rattling noise as well. So pay attention to that. And it comes out. Now while you're in here, check your rollers. See that one? He's pretty stiff. Should not be that stiff. And this is even kind of, but they should be nice and smooth. So we're gonna take those off and clean, or even replace them. I do have 2 others from another dryer, but see that? That is super stiff. That can cause the machine to slip. These should help the machine glide as the load is on the motor. So any resistance you have here can increase friction on the belt, causing the belt to start to slide more, and it's gonna heat up because the motor is turning. So let's take these off and clean them. You can clean them with WD-40, not lubricate them, clean them if they're bad, all right? Yeah, they should spin nice and smooth. And this is pretty stiff, look at that. All right, let's take them off. To remove this one, you do need a 5/16 screw, and slowly pull this off. I think this one is bad. You see this? Take a look. I'm gonna try and push this through. Yeah, so he's loose. So if you run into this, chances are he is turning on the shaft. This should not be. So these are the same size. So we're gonna replace it with that. Same machine, Whirlpool. Remove the lint. Remove all the lint. Do not lubricate at all. Anyone tells you you lubricate these, they don't know what they're talking about. This is a very linty area, that's a word. And what happens, the moisture or the lubricant will attract more lint, and eventually it gets in the way. It makes a mess. Don't do it. Very sticky. I can feel the stickiness. It's very gummy. Alright, so we're gonna get a piece of paper towel or something, spray this, clean it well. Good old WD-40. If the axle is super worn, you can flip it. So you basically go upside down. So this portion that is being worn would be on the opposite side. So that's another way to get a new axle. This axle does not look damaged at all, so clean this one as well. You never know. Alright, nice and smooth. It's moving. That's what you need. Alright, let's get a key. Alright, that's done. Do the same. This one now, it's gonna be the same thing, same process. Don't break your keepers. Or gunky. I think someone oiled. Now you see this one. It's in the same location. It hasn't moved. The other one was pushed. That was the problem. So when you have extra resistance, it's forcing the shaft not to rotate and the body to turn on itself. That's clean. Let's get the drum back. You want to make sure that your drum is riding on the rollers in the back. Sometimes you gotta lift it up and kind of just let it drop down in between where it needs to go. All right, nice and smooth. So we're gonna secure the drum up top so that we can put our belt on. All right, double check that everything is in. And we're gonna come now, replacing this one. Sometimes you can just use one hand, you might need two. That's it. Make sure it's not twisted. And now we're going to be putting on the front piece. All right, so we did a little clean out. Nothing crazy. It wasn't filthy. So when you open them up, clean them just a little bit. All right. All right, we already got one side in. This is your lower clip. That's why it's so important that you have the drum supported so you're not fighting with that. It's just one less thing to worry about. Now you're going to raise it up. And once it's high enough, it locks in. And you want to keep it open at the top. If not, you're going to knock your clips off. And then you'll have to take this whole thing back off and search for them. All right, make sure your holes are all lined up. Don't forget your door switch. Plug it in. All right, a lot stronger and nice and smooth. No more noise. And the noise it was making earlier was a grinding noise, like so I was trying to catch it for you guys, but didn't come back. But my neighbor said it was making a really bad noise. And of course, when these are like pushed out on one side, that's a sure sign that the rollers are actually rubbing on the inside. So you can see how this one is even and this one is not. See that? It's more on this side and this is even. So this one might still be good, but garbage. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.